The series definitely touches on the concept of choices. It's a major theme talked about throughout the series. John is G-pop and Ashley as Casey. For you getting into this, were you already familiar with the book?
I wasn't familiar with the book. I didn't read the book till after I had gotten the job. I loved the book. I loved the story. I was surprised to find out that my character was actually a woman in the book. And that character is, I wouldn't say it's, the male character in the series is much more in-depth and broader and gets involved in a lot more things than the character in the book. But yeah, I loved it right off the bat.
Yeah, same for me. I hadn't heard of the book until I got the script, and it was so beautifully written. I looked it up, saw that Liz Moore, who is one of the writers and executive producers on the TV show, wrote the novel, and so I immediately picked it up and read it so quickly. I mean, it's so beautifully written, and yeah, it's a real privilege to be a part of it. And I think the notion of choices is, I think Liz's lens is so empathetic and so informed by her experiences of working and volunteering on the AV. So yeah, I think that perspective might have been born from that. Actually, I'm not sure. I'd probably have to ask her, but it's very powerful, and I love that the show asks questions and doesn't land on a definitive position about what's right, wrong, good, bad. It kind of exists in the liminal gray space, which is what most of life is, really.
And what kind of conversations do you hope that the series will kind of bring about? And what can you talk about in regards to your character, Casey, without really giving away too many plot points?
Yeah, most of my stuff with Casey is a spoiler, I think. But I think, yeah, just hang in there for the journey with her, because it's a challenging one, but I think it's worth it to go along for the ride with her. And then, what was the first part of the question?
What kind of conversations do you hope the show will bring about?
Yeah, similarly, I think the notion of questioning, moral certitudes that people cling on to, and judgments, and finding comfort in challenging those, and in empathy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll open people's eyes to what's beyond just the drug crisis.
Yeah.
The humanity that is involved, and the tragedy that is involved, and the effect it has on families that are involved. I think it's going to educate people to look beyond what they see as this drug problem.
Yeah, especially with Nikki, you can really see how much she cares about these girls, and even like calling them by name and still showing like the humanity is definitely something the show shows. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.